We will have to open our doors and not keep them waiting even for a second, and resolve all their genuine issues and cut all kind of red tape. And that is what my mission is, and that is what CPAC 2.0 is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'd like to say 2-3 things. That I visited your great country for the first time back in 1982. And I visited Beijing, Shanghai, and a couple of other cities. And after our visit, our ambassador in Pakistan hosted a dinner for us. And he asked us our impression about our visit to China. When he asked me, I said, China is suffering from success and not failure. He said, what do you mean? I said, Chinese leadership has provided basic needs of life to every Chinese citizen. And now look at, just within 50 years, you have created a miracle which is 8th wonder of the world. You are now the second largest economy of the world. You are now the mightiest, one of the mightiest military power of the world. Yesterday, we all witnessed to your military prowess. And I was not only deeply impressed, but I was most happy guest sitting over there that our brother China is now militarily also a part to be reckoned with. And this is what success is all about. Nothing succeeds like success. It's all about hard work, sacrifice, untiring efforts, blood and sweat. There is no other way to get. So my Chinese friends, I want to borrow this model from you and replicate in Pakistan. Last year, when I was here in Beijing, on the invitation of my very dear brother, President Xi Jinping, I told him, I said, Mr. President, what we see around here in China, it's absolutely fantastic and a phenomenal progress in such a short period of time. And I said, not only you are a very dynamic leader, visionary leader, who has transformed Chinese society, but you have gone beyond that. You have shared Chinese prosperity and progress with nations around the globe. Not only you have lifted about 700 million people out of poverty in China and given them productive jobs, but you have offered jobs to millions around the globe who are jobless. You have changed the destiny of nations. You have transformed countries and taken them out of poverty towards prosperity and happiness. And this is what is called shared destiny. This is what is called multilateralism. And I think President Xi Jinping stands outstanding in this particular arena. Ladies and gentlemen, today that day has come to create industrial and agricultural progress. Today we need to acquire your expertise and technology and experience in all these fields, which will one day soon convert Pakistan into a strong, vibrant economy. And it is difficult, but not impossible. It is difficult, but not impossible. And how can we achieve this? The way you have achieved your progress, the way you have achieved your prosperity. Yesterday, we celebrated your great 80th anniversary. And of course, summit in Tianjin. Here we are, now talking serious business. I will not take much of your time. I would like to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, that it is such a pleasure and an honor to be here before you, this great assembly of great business entrepreneurs, investors, traders, and professionals. I want to assure you, I will be back here again this afternoon to witness signing ceremony of many joint ventures and MOUs. But these will be not papers. These will be converted into implementation within no time, the moment I land back in Pakistan. God bless you. Pakistan, China friendship, Zindabad, Pak Chin Dosti, Zindabad.
Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, members of the Cabinet, Excellencies, senior officials, Pakistani and Chinese business persons, I welcome you all to the concluding session of today's conference. We have reached the culminating moment of today's event, the signing of joint ventures, agreements, and MOUs, which are the concrete outcomes of today's conference, serving as the stepping stones for China-Pakistan B2B community of shared future. First, we have the joint ventures. Then, we will have the MOUs. The total value of joint ventures which we have concluded today comes to $4.2 billion. The total number of these MOUs is 21. I welcome high-tech technological concern, Weiche Lowell Intelligent Agricultural Technology Company, IMGC, Zhonghui Agricultural Development, Barak Tractors, Shinju Kun Chongqing Industry and Trade Company, and Asia Park Investments Limited, China Resources Boya Biopharmaceutical Company. Esteemed representatives are requested to sign the documents. Ladies and gentlemen, this cohort belongs to agriculture and medical and health sectors. The next group, Shah Company Medical Private Limited and Hygia Medical Technology Company Limited, Shah Company Medical Private Limited, Newsoft Medical Systems Company Limited. And finally, Shah Company Medical Private Limited has partnered with Biocos Medical Group. Congratulations to all the esteemed partners. Ladies and gentlemen, the next cohort is from chemical and petrochemical sector. We have Anfal Cement Private Limited and Power China International Group Limited. Next, it's Wah Noble Group, Shenzhen Sea Energy Power Holdings Company Limited. And then we have in iron, steel and copper sector, Wah Nobel Group and Mr. Wang Zhihai, Honorary Investment Counselor, BOI, China. Similarly, in the iron, steel and copper sector, we have Frontier Works Organization, FWO, and Balochistan Mineral Resource. They have partnered with Norin Mining, China. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the next group is Irfan Numan Brothers Limited and Ningbo Osda Solar Company Limited, Brilliance Group, Shanghai Phoenix Technology, Sogo Group, Shenzhen Sako Solar Company Limited, IEC, and Heatham Group. All these joint ventures are in the solar sector. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the next group is from EV sector. We have Badar Trading and Jiangsu Badar Energy Company Limited. Then we have Institute for Environmental and Sustainability and Innovation, BBCA Group, China, J7 Group and Sino International Entrepreneurs Federation. And finally, Zinc Solar and GoodWe. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the final joint venture is in the agriculture sector between Techno Group and Beijing Cyclone Technology. Thank you very much. We had The total value of these JVs, $1.54 billion.
I'm going to invite the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan for his concluding remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Federal Ministers, advisors, government officials, and our great Chinese business friends, Pakistani business delegation, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. What a remarkable and heartwarming signature ceremony we have all witnessed between Pakistani entrepreneurs and Chinese investors. We have had such ceremonies in the past as well, but this ceremony is slightly different. It is the result of untiring efforts and hard work on the part of Chinese ambassador in Pakistan, Chinese government, and of course, great Chinese business leaders. And on the part of Government of Pakistan, our honorable, relevant Pakistani federal ministers, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Planning, and Minister of Commerce, Industries, Agriculture, IT, Ministry of Power, and other relevant ministers and government officials. And of course, in coordination with provincial governments as well, and led by Ambassador Khalil Hashmi, Board of Investment, and SIFC, and all other relevant government officials and authorities. They have worked untiringly for this occasion, and you can see the result for yourself. Alhamdulillah, today the agreement signed in terms of US dollars between Chinese and Pakistani JV partners have touched $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion JV agreements and MOUs signed between both Chinese and Pakistani business leaders. The value of MOU has touched $7 billion. All told, $8.5 billion worth JVs and MOUs which have been signed this evening. I know, and we all know very well, that to transform MOUs into agreements and then in its implementation phase is a challenging task. And both parties will have to work very closely, jointly, and both the governments will have to work very closely with each other. Our ambassador in China, Chinese ambassador in Pakistan, our federal ministers with provincial governments of Pakistan, with Chinese counterparts. And this will take a lot of efforts. I can assure you, we will be able to achieve our targets. I know for a fact that if all of us take this conscious decision that we will work together to achieve these targets as early as possible, if you achieve these MOUs and these joint ventures agreed upon today between both the countries, believe me, we would have earned our day. And I will call it Long March of our economic development between the two countries. And this long march will start from Beijing and end in Islamabad. And this long march will convert Pakistan into a country where these investments of billions of dollars providing productive jobs to millions of people and strengthening our GDP, our economy, will be something remembered for all times to come. And therefore I would like to announce before all of you, together, if we take upon ourselves this humongous challenge that we will start this long march from this evening and will not rest until this long march of economic development reaches its destination, we will not rest and we will work untiringly. I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that will be one of the most shining moments of Pakistan's history. For that, all governmental bodies, entities, authorities, private sector will have to join hands together and work in complete harmony and coordination. And I want to assure you, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude my speech and say goodbye to you and part to meet again, that I will work with you day in and day out to achieve these great targets of economic development between the two countries. May Allah grant us the energy, the wisdom to accomplish these great targets. Inshallah, this will happen, and this must happen. For that, we'll have to spend our extra hours and burn our midnight oil. Pakistan and China will achieve a model which will be a role model for other countries to emulate and replicate. Long live Pakistan-China friendship. Pak Chin Dosti Zindabad. Thank you very much.
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ बिजनेस टू बिजनेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की इख्तितामी तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि सरमायाकारों के दरमियान मुफाहमती यादाश्तों का तबादला खुशाइंद है। मुआहदों से दोनों मुल्कों के दरमियान ताउन को मजीद फ़रोग़ मिलेगा। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कहा कि SIFC सरमायाकारी बोर्ड समेत तमाम मुताल्लिका इदारों के किरदार की तारीफ़ की। उन्होंने कहा कि कारोबारी बरादरी के दरमियान मुख्तलिफ शोबों में ताउन लायक तहसीन है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ ने कहा कि ये कॉन्फ्रेंस एक संग मील साबित होगी और चाइना पाकिस्तान दोस्ती मज़ीद इसी तरह तरक्की करती रहेगी। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म का ये भी कहना था कि पाकिस्तान IT, मसनूई ज़हानत और कानकनी जैसे शोबों में भी मुख्तलिफ शोबों में ताउन का ख़्वाह है और खुसूसी इक़्तिसादी जोन्स चीन के सरमायाकारों के लिए पुरकशिश मौक़े फ़राहम करते हैं। PTV न्यूज़ से फ़िलवक्त इतना ही।
दुरुस्त हर वक्त बार वक्त।
में सबसे ज़्यादा मुल्कों में दूसरे नंबर पर मौजूद हैं। अब ये जो मौजूदा सलाब की सूरत हाल चल रही है, ये